Well, this is where that man was left for dead, here at 7th and Wallace Streets in North Philadelphia. Now the search is on for the shooter, who may have been captured on this city surveillance camera. What a muddy mess behind me right now. Crews will eventually go inside that sinkhole. Police tell us this is the 4th explosive device that was detonated in a building in the city in the last month alone. It's difficult imagining anyone escaping from this home behind me. The facade has been blown out, debris scattered everywhere, a few nearby buildings evacuated. The entire fleet of the Norfolk Navy base has been ordered out of sea, out of the path of Hurricane Florence. Police are still searching for the gunman. The shooting happened at this SEPTA stop around 3 o'clock this morning here at 6 and Erie Streets, right in front of a church. Detectives tell us the victim was shot one time in the head. Why does the Pennsylvania Turnpike say you guys owe more than $24,000?
Work for them.
Hi, good morning. Yeah, day 2 will bring out some well-known stars like Nicki Minaj and Diplo, but no matter what shore point you're at, the best place to watch is along the beach. 40-year-old Michael Sheehan of Westchester is the man police accuse of being a crooked contractor, contrary to how he initially portrayed himself to clients.
He was very likable.
Suzanne Smith paid Sheehan a $15,000 deposit to upgrade her kitchen here in Newtown Square. But after delays and his Paoli showroom suddenly closing in March, she knew he was never coming back to do the work.
We haven't heard from him since. We've obviously tried to call him. We've emailed, text, nothing. It's extremely upsetting.
Police say Sheehan swindled more than $400,000 from at least 20 people, promising to renovate their homes, but instead taking clients' money, then seemingly vanishing. He's now facing more than 80 felony charges. We went to Sheehan's Westchester home to ask what happened. I'm with CBS 3. Is Michael available? But a woman who answered shut the door, then turned off the lights.
Our stove was where the sink is.
Back at Smith's home, she eventually found a trustworthy contractor to upgrade her kitchen, but is still out her $15 grand.
Fair and square, give us our money back.
And so here's a few steps people can take to avoid being a victim. Get references, put it in writing. That means drawing up a contract that shows a payment plan, a start date, and completion date, and hold back some money. Never pay the full amount until all work is completed. Meantime, police are urging anyone who thinks they may be a victim to contact them. Drive on the PA Turnpike and you may think everyone pays the toll. But Eyewitness News found a decades-old perk that allows more than 2,000 PA Turnpike workers to drive the system for free, even for personal travel.
If one person got to pay, everybody should pay.
Why would they get off free if I don't?
I don't think that's fair at all.
The Pennsylvania Auditor General has looked into the issue. In a 2013 report, it found it cost at least $1.4 million in lost tolls in 4.5 years. And a 2016 report found another $1.2 million in lost tolls in 1.5 years. Both audits called on the Turnpike to end free personal travel. Drivers agree.
Just stop it. Put a lid on it, put a cap.
But we found those recommendations to end free travel are still being ignored.
It's not pennies. I would give you that.
PA Turnpike CEO Mark Compton stands by the policy.
As it relates to the size and amount and really as it relates to the cost-benefit analysis, for me it's still a benefit.
We wanted to see data on that cost-benefit analysis, but a Turnpike spokesperson later said they don't keep data on it.
If that's the best justification you can come up with, it sounds like you don't have a better one to be using.
And I talked to the Auditor General's office in Harrisburg. They tell me they're coming out with another report in December. It will likely urge the PA Turnpike to end free personal travel again. But that UPenn professor we talked to points out it's likely nothing will change without a state legislator stepping in. An attorney for the two men didn't want to name who they are, but says they were at this Starbucks at 18th and Spruce Thursday waiting for a third person to arrive for a business meeting. And when that guy finally got there, well, so did police. Viewer video shows the controversial arrest of two black men at this Rittenhouse Square Starbucks Thursday evening. Ridiculous. That man in the gray vest is a real estate investor. The two men were supposed to meet him to discuss a business project.
The video in this case essentially speaks for itself.
Now the men have hired attorney Lauren Wimmer. She says they were waiting for the investor in the Starbucks for less than 15 minutes before police arrived.
These guys were doing what people do every single day. They were having a meeting and they were undoubtedly singled out because of their race.
People inside the Starbucks at the time also thought the men were being singled out because of their race, so stepped in to try to help.
6 or 7 of us went outside and started asking the police officers, like, why are they doing this? At which point they eventually took the the two gentlemen away.
But Philadelphia Police Commissioner Richard Ross took to Facebook Live Saturday to say a Starbucks employee first asked the men to buy something before then telling them to leave. When they didn't, police were called.
These officers did absolutely nothing wrong, and that they did a service that they were called to do.
Still, many people think the Starbucks employee overstepped by calling the cops.
You can't even stand in a Starbucks without somebody arresting you. It's crazy to me.
That just doesn't even sound like something that's worthy of calling the cops, much less an arrest.
It's pretty upsetting.
Starbucks issued a statement that reads in part, "We apologize to the two individuals and our customers and are disappointed this led to an arrest. We take these matters seriously and clearly have more work to do when it comes to how we handle incidents in our stores." And Starbucks also says it's reviewing its policies and plans to work with the community and police department to try to prevent another situation from happening again.